Hello indie game fan, here are more indie games to look forward to, beginning with Islands and Trades, a title where you're simply building, well, islands and trades, continuing the trend of cozy city builders similar to games like Romantic and more specifically, Townscaper in this case. We have another bullet heaven roguelite of interest with X Invader, one where you play as the mysterious hacker named X, hacking into the databases of corrupt corporations in order to unveil their secrets. It is very anime and looks to have good pixel art, but curiously, it does have a release date penciled in for January next year, but I do wonder if this genre will still be a thing at that point in time. This video is brought to you by Impaler, a retro arena boomer shooter with roguelite elements where you're moving around this environment and blasting away at all sorts of enemies. The titular Impaler refers to your ability to summon spikes from the ground to impale your enemies, adding an additional element to the awesome action. Another key mechanic is the ability to build barriers and to move to higher ground, which seems to be the primary way to progress through the game, literally getting to the next level. And with plenty of weapons, each having unique upgrades, looks like an action-packed title not to be missed. The best part is that it is releasing very soon and at a price of just $2.99, so it's value for money as well, so do wishlist the game and look forward to the release. I've had my eye on Finding Mosey for a little bit, where this is an open-world action-adventure title where our protagonist is on a quest to look for their cat. The art and animation looks great, where I hope that the open world is filled with stuff to explore, where a highlight has to be the physics-based combat as well. It looks pretty ambitious and I think comes to us from a solo developer where he has already worked full-time on this for 1 year but funds are running out, with this Kickstarter being the last sprint as we barrel towards release in 2023. A super aesthetically pleasing and chill-looking title is Botany Manor, where you play as a retired botanist, spending the day walking about your house and garden as you do further research on a variety of plants. You're trying to figure out the ideal conditions under which they will thrive, and as a result, unlock some mysterious qualities about said plants, but the vibrant colours and art style in this is simply wonderful, being of interest in the cozy game space.
After hundreds of years of wandering and foraging, people started to settle and they built the foundations of today's civilizations. Some of them sought protections where the land touches the clouds, while others established themselves in the canyons they named Hamkar, enduring heat and dust.
One of the most impressive looking games in recent memory is Earth of Oryn, a survival city builder set in a medieval world where you need to lead your people as you expand your kingdom.
Went to the west to a land with rolling hills, bordered by the endless sea.
It sure reminds me of Age of Empires, but is more focused on the city building aspect, although there is a combat element as you fend off threats such as bandits and even hostile kingdoms.
To the north, tucked away, hidden by trees, the kind of place that fables are written about.
This also takes inspiration from Banished and RimWorld, looking pretty intense in terms of core mechanics.
All of these people adapted to their environments, mastering the world around them. Some became talented hunters and fishers, while others built vast farmlands and traded for what they could not craft. They developed their own distinct cultures, establishing systems of belief and new customs to follow. Over time, small towns turned into prosperous kingdoms. However, others weren't as fortunate. Good times create harmony and prosperity, while bad times can lead to darker paths.
There are also multiple factions or civilizations to play as, with a freeform creative mode planned for as well, looking absolutely gorgeous, so check it out on Kickstarter and support if interested.
You have the potential to be one of the greatest leaders of our time. How are you going to engrave your name in the history of Earth of Oryn?
The Coronis Expanse, the Imperium's perilous frontier, a foul haven for the enemies of mankind. It is the hunting ground of the rogue traders, unique and powerful servants of the Imperium.
This next title is not so indie, but it does come to us from developer Owlcat Games, who made the excellent Pathfinder CRPG titles, so it was the perfect match for them to be making Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, a CRPG set in the grimdark 40k universe. You play as freelance explorers licensed by the Imperium to venture out into the far reaches of known space, where it is this infinite possibility space that makes this especially interesting, since you could run into new alien races, or perhaps even the forces of chaos. Interestingly, this was the original title of the Warhammer 40k franchise and was more of a tabletop pen and paper RPG, but the franchise has evolved into so much more with their miniatures, so a return to the original concept is especially fascinating and does look kind of awesome.
To navigate through this dangerous unknown, for they have the power to feed the Emperor's flame, or to plunge millions of worlds into darkness.
An awesome looking arcadey sports title is Robo Dunk, one that gets straight to the point from the title, since it stars robots that can dunk. This self-describes as NBA Jam meets Rogue Legacy, where it is also a 2v2 title and does have multiplayer support for up to 4 players. In single player, there is a roguelite style campaign with a variety of bots and upgrades to choose from, with an amazing look as well, and it looks very good indeed. One of the creepiest looking horror games to come along is Level 0, a 4v1 asymmetric multiplayer title where 4 scientists must work together to escape, all while a horrific alien hunts them down. It has a very creepy look to the character faces, contrasted with some realistic looking environments, where it sure does remind me of something like Alien Isolation. The alien is not working alone, and there are NPC alien facehugger types lurking the halls as well, and could potentially be the next big multiplayer hit. I was actually quite surprised that we have not had that many punch-out likes, all things considered, where this title looks to be an excellent tribute to the classic, having a fantastic pixel art style and some of the best animations as well, which makes big boy boxing of interest. So let's see if they can capture that same magic with more punching fun in this video on upcoming beat 'em ups.